This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.
Good morning, everyone. This is Herb Strather, Wealth and Development, and welcome to my show. Today, I have a really great guest. His name is Robert Matler, and Robert is the CEO of Green
Portfolio
Solutions. Green Portfolio Solutions. And he specifically handles a program that is called PACE. What does PACE mean, Bob?
PACE stands for Property Assessed Clean Energy, and it's a law here in Michigan and 35 other states.
It's a law here in Michigan, and I wanted Bob on my show because I wanted to find out all about it myself. I wanted to fully educate myself as to what this is, because I did hear Bob speak once and I said, this is amazing. And I've mentioned it sometimes when I'm talking to the city in key areas, and it seemed like they're not fully aware of it. And I'm thinking to myself, how could something that is so great be unknown? Now, you will not believe what is happening. So I want you to, first of all, call all of your friends, the developers, all of you, to say Herb Strather is on TV with Bob Matler, the CEO of Green Portfolio Solutions.
That's right.
And they administer PACE. And PACE is really off the hook. It allows you to take your, to do improvements and put them on your tax bill. Now, this is off the hook. I'm going to have them really get into it and explain it, but this is something that's unheard of, and I want to get to the nitty gritty. So we're going to be back in 2 minutes. Call all your friends. This is a show. So Bob, just educate us right now. You know, PACE. Tell us about PACE and what could be done. It's your show. Go ahead.
I'll give it a 30-second.
Well, no, give us the 2-minute version.
A 2-minute version. Okay, real good. PACE stands for Property Assessed Clean Energy. If you think about economic development, this is Economic Development 101 for the city of Detroit. Because what we're doing is we're taking all of our old buildings and we're able to improve those buildings for water and energy efficiency, which is really the basic part of a building, if you think about it.
Water and energy.
That's correct.
And
PACE
so what items
will help
do
water and energy reduction and greater efficiency for anybody from a small apartment building owner to a retail owner to a warehouse to industrial, anything that's non-residential, including nonprofit churches, Herb. They can improve their building for energy and water, save a ton of money, and oh, by the way, they'll help our environment too.
So you can do anything except 1 to 4 units.
That's correct.
So anything else you can do.
That's
correct. Okay, so tell me what items specifically do, because you mentioned like save water bill. Everybody want to understand that a little bit better, and you can maybe explain it to us.
Absolutely.
But like water, like roofs, windows, boilers, a boiler, HVAC.
Yes, sir.
But not maybe lighting.
LED lighting.
You could do light interior?
Inside or outside the building. So those big parking lot lights.
Now, how about plumbing?
Absolutely. It's saving water. Low flow toilets, low flow sinks, low flow irrigation.
So can you do the plumbing too that hooks up, or is that a little question mark?
No, you can do the plumbing that hooks up.
So you can do the whole plumbing?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is unbelievable. And
what's
you can
so
put it
great
on your
about
tax bill.
What's so great about it, it's not even considered a commercial loan, Herb. This is a property tax.
I'll ask you a question.
You're not using your credit.
You don't use your credit?
No personal guarantees.
No personal.
Do you have a personal guarantee on your property taxes?
Of course. No.
No personal guarantee?
Well, wait a minute. I'm not so sure it's
tax.
not a guarantee now, because the current administration goes after you if you owe taxes. But
well,
none other than what is current.
By state law.
Yeah, by state law. In other words, you don't have to sign a personal guarantee like
correct.
you would if you went to the bank.
That's correct.
Well, can everybody qualify? I mean,
there is an underwriting process, but just so you understand.
Tell me who wouldn't qualify, or tell me what the underwriting criteria is in order to participate.
Well, wouldn't qualify is, first of all, if you've had a bankruptcy the last 5 years.
No bankruptcies in the last 5 years.
If you have a building that is in a very poor location that you shouldn't have bought to begin with.
In other words, if the building will not appraise.
That's correct. It's all about location for PACE. More about location than it is about you as a building owner.
Well, when you say location, are you talking about valuation or location?
Valuation and location, okay?
Because location has something to do with evaluation, but you said specific. But look like the word valuation would be more used in location.
I just want you to understand, we can't have huge environmental issues. We can't have.
I see.
We can't have a developer that doesn't know A from B.
Right. If you had a deal in a highly contaminated area, for
Correct.
example. You know, you got stuff spilling all over it. That could be an issue.
Correct.
Okay.
So
then.
we do our standard underwriting,
Okay.
not as deep as a bank would go,
Right.
but we do standard underwriting.
Okay, so you got bankruptcy, you got location, anything else?
You know, a bad owner, which we said, right?
A bad
Somebody
owner,
doesn't pay his bills.
Someone, in other words, you want them to have decent credit.
It's got to be decent credit.
It
not
doesn't
great
have to
credit.
be 800, but it can't be 500.
That's correct.
Okay, but maybe 600.
600 is not going to be a problem. It's more about the building than it is about that person
All
running
of
the
y'all
building.
should qualify. Well, Bob, this is really, really exciting. So now let me kind of accelerate this in my thoughts. I would assume it is part of a big package. You got to be able to complete the whole process. Like if you get this property, if you get a PACE award, what would you say, a PACE?
It's an application to the PACE administration in Michigan, and their name is Lean and Green, Michigan.
Lean and Green. This
So
is
they are
governmental?
PACE
Is this governmental or
No,
public-private?
They're a private company. So this is public-private partnership at its best, excuse me. PACE basically is a statute. We already talked about property assessed clean energy, but it's all private financing, Herb.
I'm asking you one other question. Are there other organizations that represent PACE, by the way?
There are other competitors to myself.
But they're all representing PACE.
That's correct.
And here in
It's one law.
southeastern Michigan, do you go all over the state of Michigan or principally in southeastern Michigan?
I'm principally in southeast Michigan, but 23 counties have passed PACE. So a city or a county can take this law, opt in to use it, and then any resident can use it. Any commercial owner or church owner can use it.
Have Wayne County, all of Wayne County opted into it?
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago. So, I mean, nobody knows about this. I'm asking you a question. How many deals have you done so far? I can't believe you haven't done hundreds of them.
I've only done a few.
God, can you believe this? Listen, I am very happy to bring bring Bob on my show, to bring this program in full public view. This is very, very exciting, and I want you to rinse out your eyes and open your ears and listen to this. What he is saying is that you can take and put on your tax bill through this PACE program, which is a state law, the important components to redeveloping a building: roofing, windows, plumbing, electrical, water. Now, you said water too.
Stormwater.
Stormwater. Now, this is very, very important, and this got to be more than 50% of the whole thing. What's left? Drywall and floorings and cabinets. I mean, this is
Pretty.
I mean,
Just the pretty things are left. This is the basic part of a building's bones, right? So here's what I want everyone to make sure they understand. You can be a developer in a small neighborhood, take a building, improve that building without additional cash out of your pocket or going out to get an investor. This is basically neighborhood empowerment.
It looks
And
to me like
that.
it's also equity, because for a lender who want to loan against it, you know, you don't have to borrow as much. You got $1
That's
million
correct.
improvement. Heck, you may not have to borrow, but you know,
So look at this. Most banks want to give you 50, 60%. You can take that 60%, get another 20% from PACE, and only have to raise 20% yourself.
Will you
versus
look at that?
40.
This is so exciting. I got a lot of questions on this. Listen, everybody, let's take a break for a minute and go call all of your friends up. You have to go to the bathroom, get you some water, get you some coffee. Come back. This is really, really great. This is educational at its best. Hi, this is Herb Strather, and I am back. Wealth and Development with Herb Strather and my guest, Bob Matler. And those of you who would like to partner and get your message out, if you're an advocate, if you're in the city of Detroit and want to advocate for the urban communities in southeastern Michigan, we invite you to contact us. It's 313-444-9691. We have a great secret, Detroiters. I want you to listen to this. We have an unknown program that has been a governmental program, PACE, PACE. Bob, what does PACE stand for? One more time. Listen to this now, and get out your computers and check it out.
Property assessed clean energy.
It allows you to make improvements to your properties. The majority of the mechanical improvements and energy improvements like roofs and windows and plumbing and electricity and HVAC, and put it on your tax bill. It's unbelievable. And you don't have to have great credit, and you don't have to sign a bank loan. Can you believe it?
It's no different than a sewer assessment or it's no different than a sidewalk assessment. If we just keep that concept in our
In
mind.
other words, it's like
that's
an
what this is.
assessment.
It's
You know, in
nothing
other words,
more than a special
a
assessment.
special assessment. Somebody
right.
puts some new sidewalks in front of your house, you get a special assessment, and you pay that off. It's the same thing. Now,
That's
first,
right.
what is the interest rate?
The interest rate's between 6 and 7% fixed.
Fixed.
20 years, 25 years.
Wait, you said 20 and 25. Which one?
It depends on the length of the
Mortgage?
No, it depends on the length of how long what you're putting in will last. So lighting, 12-year term. Boilers, 20-year term. It depends how long it's supposed to last.
I see. Well, it looks to me like lighting fixtures would last very, very, very long. You know what I mean? But it's only 12 years. So
Usually lighting 12
what is the
years.
longest amortizing asset?
25 years solar.
Solar. Okay, that's lighting too, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
So
Energy.
Wow. Think about this here. So you could take a commercial building and put solar paneling on. That's going to save money ananyway.
Big time.
As
on
a
your
matter
energy.
of fact, let's think about this. If you take a building and put solar paneling on the building, that would provide energy to
Correct.
heat your building, heat the hot water tank,
Lower your
loads
electric
of-
bill.
and maybe even have excess. Can you have excess energy you produce and sell it back to DTE?
Absolutely.
This is really, I'm educating myself on this. I want you to listen very carefully. Now, Bob, I got a question for you that you mentioned commercial buildings, churches, and all this. And wait a minute, but churches don't pay taxes.
That's correct. But
So?
it's a very easy solution.
Well, what's the solution?
The board gets together and decide they're going to do a special property tax on themselves to improve their building. Done.
So
Done.
what board? PACE
The
or
church
the church?
board. The church
so
board.
wait a minute.
The
The
church
church
decides.
can
Impose a
elect,
tax on themselves.
impose a, I never heard of that, by the way, but this is great. So the church can impose a tax,
Which
Other-
we're doing right now at 2 churches in Detroit.
two large churches.
2 churches. I won't say they were large, but nice size.
I won't ask you the name of it, although I'm very curious about which ones. Would they mind if you said it, or maybe not?
I don't think I
Okay,
can
we
right
won't
now.
say it right now, but listen, churches, pastors, you get my phone number, 313-444-9691, 313-444-9691. Now, Bob, please give them your information while we're talking, and write this down.
Green Portfolio Solutions is the name of my company. 248-762-4370. Again, GPS, Green Portfolio Solutions, 248-762-4370.
Okay, so now let's understand this and go about this. First of all, it is very important that assessments have a long amortization period, because if it's a 5-year deal, if it amortizes or pays off in 5 years, the payment would be so high that you could hardly afford it. It'd be like
Correct.
almost 25% of the principal amount. But if it is over a 20-year or 25 years, it may be somewhere around 8% of the amount. So if you spend $100,000, it'd be $8,000 a year, or somewhere around $600 and something a month.
But here's the important thing I want your people that are watching to understand. By law, any project over $250,000 has to pencil out, so at the end of that term, you are receiving more back in savings than you spent on the project.
I would hope so. Now, you said
if you
doing
spend $1
part of
million,
the if you spend $1 million, go
You
ahead.
spend $1 million on the project and you're going to have an interest rate, we have to exceed that in your energy and water savings over that term. So it's a cash flow positive event and project.
So you're suggesting there's a formula that you enact. There's a spreadsheet. You got to prove what you're doing
Absolutely.
and lay it out.
We
This
have
is
to
so-
show the PACE administrator we're going to save you more than you spend over
Bob,
that
this
term.
is so overwhelming until I am so excited about it. I mean, if I was you going to say, Herb, you know, what are you so excited about? This is at the heart of what we're doing. For those of you who are watching the program, I want you to go and check out PACE. And I want you to remember my phone number, like I told you, 313-444-9691. And those of you who want to become more involved, look at our retail streets, all up and down the retail streets. Look at all the churches. We have so many churches in our city right now, and the churches have issues. How are you going to fix your roof? How are you going to fix your asphalt? You know what? As I was mentioning, I'm thinking about, you kept saying water, and I keep mentioning in my mind, maybe how would you save water? But I want to come back on this, because I think I know what you're going to tell me, how you can lower your water bill. If you got an impervious surface, you can lower the water bill, right? And am I thinking right?
Impervious surface?
Do you know what I'm thinking in my head?
Cisterns,
Listen,
There's a lot of
I
ways
want
to.
you to come back in 2 minutes. We'll be right back. 2 minutes. Okay, this is Herb Strather back with my main man, Bob
Now, you
Mandler.
invited me to Herb Strather Academy, right? You said you would?
Yes, absolutely.
All
Now
right.
look, I'll tell you what the good news is that I've asked Bob to come to our class and teach our class one Monday. So class is from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And Bob, I want you at the class on Monday. I want you to be able to teach the class. So we're going to target your teaching on the day after, a couple of days after this show runs.
Love the opportunity. Herb.
So this is very exciting because, and this is to all of the developers in Detroit, all of those who want to be developers, all of the real estate leveragers, and also these are all to all of the real estate agents. As a matter of fact, Bob, my acquisition and development class is kind of a round table class. We only hold 12 or 15 people. I want to do this differently. I want to invite you next Saturday, whenever this runs, next Saturday, you're going to be my guest on Saturday from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Now, we watch the show from 11 to 11:30. So you're going to, maybe from 10 to 11, you lay out the program and you can hang around.
Love to do it.
And then, because I want us to get into details and I want you developers out there to get involved. Now, I got to ask about the water because we only have a few minutes.
Okay.
Can you tell me how we can lower our water bill, Bob? Because we're very much interested in that.
Absolutely. Inside the building, PACE would allow you to basically replace your showers, replace your sinks, replace your toilets, maybe even do some heating and cooling with water. Will be greater savings than the energy we use with electricity. And on the outside, if we have irrigation, we can do low flow irrigation. So there are a lot of opportunities for saving water. The biggest one, which I'm sure everyone is aware of, is the new stormwater charge. PACE allows you to either lower or even 80% get rid of that stormwater charge if we do the right things with green infrastructure on the outside of the property.
Now, give me an example of a green infrastructure on the outside of the property.
That could be a cistern where we're actually taking water from the roof and putting it into
a container.
A container below the ground.
And then you let it out slowly as
Correct.
Correct.
We don't want to overburden our very old, antiquated water system.
Wow.
And that's why we even have the stormwater charge.
So are
to
you
begin
willing
with.
to come to Strather Academy next Saturday and do a workshop?
I'm there already.
All right, to the Detroit Association of Realtors, you are required to come. To those who want to get in the real estate business, we're inviting you to other realtors and everyone to come.
Just remember, this is neighborhood empowerment, this is neighborhood development, this is economic growth, this is jobs, jobs, jobs.
It means a lot. And once again, I would like to reach out to our sponsors. And I would like to send this invitation to those who would like to join Strather Academy, stratheracademy.com. If you want to get involved in some of the things we do, you could go straight there, look on our website, and just get involved. If those of you want to attend our workshop, we want you to call us and just tell us, I will be there, because we can hold maybe about 80 people. So I'm not going to take 300 because 300 people can't get in the room. We just have to do it some other time. But if you want to be one of them, call right now and let us know, I want to be involved in Strather Academy. 313-444-9691. We're looking for those who want to be developers and those that want to see to it that Detroit takes its rightful place. This is Herb Strather. We're signing off. Thank you.